Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a Snapchat Q&A just because I have been gone for a little bit and I feel like there's a lot of stuff that's been going on. I've been getting so many questions, so I thought that I could just come back onto my channel and answer some of those questions for you guys. So I went on Snapchat yesterday and told you guys that I would be doing a Q&A. So I had you guys all send me a whole bunch of questions. So I'm just gonna go through those right now and just answer them. I literally was dragging myself up this morning. Like you guys know, if you guys watch my vlogs, I did announce that I am pregnant. So life has just been a little different for me. I think I'm trying to get used to, you know, me waking up feeling absolutely exhausted. I feel like I can't breathe. I feel like I'm just super tired. I wake up nauseous. I go to sleep nauseous. Throughout the day, I'm nauseous and I've been throwing up a lot. So I'm just trying to, aside from that, be able to work my way in to still be working and not, you know, be in bed and stuff. So this morning I was like really trying to drag myself out of bed and I was like, oh my God, maybe I should just chill tonight and just sleep all day. And I was like, you know what, Blanca, you cannot do that because that's how one day starts and then 2 days starts and then 3 days starts and then I'm gonna be sleeping all week. So I was like, maybe if I just get up, do my makeup, feel cute, I might feel a little bit more productive. And even though I feel like crap on the inside, I look pretty cute on the outside. So that helps definitely. But let's go ahead and get right into the questions. So I wanted you guys to send me, some questions on Snapchat. I was hoping for some videos, but I see that there's a lot of just questions in general. So I'm just gonna go through a few of them and go from there. Okay, so this is from Diana9. She had a few questions actually. Do you want a baby girl or a baby boy as your first child? What products do you use to keep your face so clear and glowy? Any recommendations for dry and sensitive skin? Do you have any names in mind for baby pepperoni? And that she loves me. Oh, I love you too. So do I want a baby girl or baby boy? Like I mentioned in my vlogs, I feel like it's a girl. Like I just feel like, I feel like people feel it and I just feel like it's a girl for some reason. But everybody keeps telling me that it's a boy based on like my symptoms and the fact that I'm showing, but it's just like belly. I've done like the baby gender predictor things where you do like the chain and then the Chinese calendar. And they've all come out as a boy when I do them. So I don't know, as far as like what I would want, I honestly, it's my first baby. I would be happy with a boy or a girl. I think if I was like 3 boys in, like my 4th child, I'd probably be like, okay, I need my girl, you know, but it's the first pregnancy. And honestly, if I had a little girl, I would be ecstatic. If I had a little boy, I would be just as ecstatic, just because they're both different in their own way. I feel like boys are a little bit easier in general, just because I have so many nephews and I have nieces and I've seen them grow up, and little girls, they're just little divas. So they're a little bit more emotional and, you know, they get hurt easily, you know, so it's different. I would want, you know, one of each for different reasons, but whatever I'm blessed with, I would be completely happy with. As far as baby names, I have thought about baby names. I'm not gonna share them with you guys just yet because I'm still kind of like ins and outs of what I want. But once I'm like, okay, set on like 2 boy names, 2 girl names, you guys will of course help me out to decide that. But I don't want to say too many of them right now because I can sit here and name like a whole bunch of them that I think are cute. But at the end of the day, I haven't really decided on like a set name for the babies. I said the babies like they're twins. For the baby. What products do you use to keep your face so clear and glowy? You know, a lot of people, I keep saying so a lot of people always ask me about my products that I use for my skin. And I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I use this and I use that to keep my skin clear, blah, 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 blah. Honestly, I feel like my skin is so clear just because of genetics. Like my Mom has amazing skin. My dad has amazing skin. Like if you see both of them, they don't break out. They don't have any acne marks, any scarring, any nothing. Like they both have beautiful, glowy skin. I feel like that's just genetic, and that's why my skin is usually so clear. I do break out. When I was about 10 weeks pregnant, 9 weeks pregnant, I broke out a lot. Like more, okay, to me it was a lot because I don't break out. So to me that was like, whoa, what's happening with my skin? But because of hormones and stuff and what you're changing, that's where the acne starts. So I feel like, you know, there's people around me that have really, really, really bad acne, and they've asked me like, what do I do? What do I do? And honestly, I feel like a lot of the stuff has to do with just your hormones in general, what you're eating, what you're putting in your system. Not so much like products are very important, but it all starts with how you're taking care of your skin. I also drink a lot of water, guys. Like I drink so much water, like I can't even address how much water I drink. And I think that that has a big role on why my skin just feels very fresh for most of the part. So I do consider myself very blessed that I have good skin, but I can't sit here and recommend you guys and tell you guys, this is what I use, this is what I don't use, this is what I do. I do get facials whenever my skin starts to dry out. I do take precaution when I start seeing that my skin is changing. So just depending on how I'm feeling like my skin is changing, and that's when I'll actually do something about it. But I'm sorry guys that I can't really be much help when it comes to skincare routines, because everybody's skin is different, and something that might work for me just might not work for you. And you know, with me, I just was blessed with very good genes when it comes to my skin. So that's all it pretty much is. What do you usually order at Starbucks? So a lot of people actually ask me what I order at my Starbucks drink. I can't drink green tea from what my doctor said, so I haven't had a green tea in a while. But I order the green tea frappuccino from Starbucks, and the way that I order it is I order it with no whip, just because I'm lactose intolerant. I can take some dairy, like I'll eat my cheese, I'll eat my sour cream, but I know that my stomach is gonna get jacked up. And if you guys have seen What the Health on YouTube, you know that I guess everybody's lactose. It's because dairy is so bad for you that it's just your body trying to like get rid of it. So it's not that some people are lactose and some people aren't. Like we all reject dairy in different ways. Some, of course, worse than others, but I still consider myself lactose intolerant. And when I order it with no whip. I substitute the classic for sugar-free vanilla, and I put only 2 scoops of matcha, and I do 2% milk or soy milk sometimes, just depending. The soy milk gives it a little bit more of a sweet taste, so just depending on if I want it to be a little bit more bitter because of the matcha or a little bit more on the sweet side, I'll decide on what type of milk I want to add on there. But that is like my go-to drink. I love it, and I think it makes me even happier that it makes me go to the restroom. So every time that I'm like, oh, I'm constipated, I go to the freaking Starbucks, get me a green tea, and I'm like, problem solved. So that's my remedy for constipation. Next question, are you guys having a gender reveal party? I wish you nothing but the best in this new journey. Thank you, Giselle. This is from Giselle. She's super sweet. We are going to be having a gender reveal party. I should be finding out what I'm having by February 5th. That's going to be my next follow-up appointment. If the baby is able to be seen, they should be able to let me know if it's going to be a boy or a girl. And I do want to plan a gender reveal party. You guys already know that when it comes to parties in general, I'm extra as fuck, and I like to go all out regardless of whose birthday it is. Like, I just love birthday parties and celebrations. And when I found out I was pregnant, everybody knew, like, it's about to go down. Like, Blanca is going to freaking throw a party when her baby poops, when her baby freaking takes his first steps, when a baby loses his first tooth. Like, I'm just somebody who just loves to celebrate stuff, you know, and especially when it comes to my whole family being together and we're all having a good time, I just take advantage of it. But I am planning a gender reveal party. I do plan on doing it, you know, pretty big, not like huge like my baby shower, but I do plan on getting a hall and inviting all of my family and friends and doing like the big gender reveal and all that stuff. But I want to wait until the baby's able to be seen, because I don't want to plan something and then we have to like continue to push it back because the baby won't show, you know, it won't spread its little legs. But Daisy Loves asked, What is it like to be pregnant? And if you had a girl, what would you name her? And a boy, will it be a junior? So what's it like to be pregnant? Honestly, I have heard a lot of crazy stories from people when they're pregnant, like them passing out and them having like diabetes, or them getting like really high blood pressure, low blood pressure, not being able to get out of bed. Like, I consider myself one of the very lucky few, even though I'm still nauseous and I throw up every day and I feel like death. I consider myself one of the very lucky few because I don't think that my pregnancy has been that bad. It does drain me a little, and there's days when I'm like wanting to cry to myself and I'm like, why do I feel this way? Like, please feel better, because I'm a baby like that. I just don't like feeling sick, and I don't like throwing up. When I throw up, I cry because I hate throwing up. I hate the feeling of throwing up. I hate the taste of throwing up, and it makes me feel like I'm dying. But as far as like a pregnancy itself, just knowing that my baby is growing healthy and that I'm okay and that my baby's okay makes me forget about what I feel at that moment. Like, whenever I feel sick, I'm just like, Blanca, this is a part of pregnancy. This is what you have to do to make sure that your baby's okay. And you know, some women are lucky and they don't feel pregnant at all throughout their whole 3 trimesters, and they're, you know, eating everything they want and not nauseous, not throwing up, not feeling tired. And that was actually my sisters. Like, they made pregnancy look like a piece of cake. Me, it's been a little bit different, and I just knew that was going to be me, because my immune system sucks. I already knew that I was going to get the freaking short end of the stick and feel sick and tired, but it's all worth it. And I'm just excited. I feel happy to be pregnant, even though this baby was not planned and I didn't expect to be pregnant so soon. It's been a big blessing, and now that it's happened, I feel so good. Like, I tell Elisa's all the time, I'm like, I'm growing a little human inside of me. Like, us girls, like, we're freaking bosses. Like, we're legit. I was like, we can grow little humans. Like, what superpower can you do? And then as far as baby names, like I mentioned to you guys, I don't want to say specifically names. As far as him being a junior, no, I would not name him Ulises. Not because I don't like Ulises' names. I just don't like that. Usually when you do get a junior, they call him Junior. So it's like, might as well name him Junior. You know, I have a brother, his name is Rafael, but we call him Junior because he's a junior. So why even name him Rafael if we don't even call him that? So I'm not a big fan of the juniors, just personally myself. Nothing against any moms that name their kids juniors, but I just personally wouldn't name my son a junior.
My name is Alexis Santos. I'm born and raised in Utah. Anyways, I have a couple questions. How have you been feeling during your pregnancy? Like, how's your sickness going? Is it easy? Is it hard? And what names do you have picked out, and what theme do you want your gender reveal to be? Or your baby shower, either one. And another question is, were you scared to make your YouTube channel? Because I am so scared to make a YouTube channel, but you have inspired me so much to make one, because I did get molested when I was 9 years old, and I want to tell stories, but then I also want to do makeup. I know I look like I don't do makeup, but I do. It's just that I've been feeling like shit these past couple of days, so I haven't put makeup on. But anyways, yeah, I was wondering how that went for your first time. Like, I'm scared because I might feel like I'm going to get a lot of negative comments about my makeup.
Okay, so that was Lexi. That was Lexi Santos. And so the first questions were all the baby questions that I already answered. As far as the YouTube stuff goes, she did mention on there that obviously something a little bit personal. I feel like if you have a story to tell, you should do it. And if you don't have a story to tell, of course you should do it too, but don't be scared of what people might think. I feel like people don't realize how much of a difference they might make, you know? You're gonna get negative comments whether you're the cutest girl, the funniest girl, the whatever. You're gonna get negative comments no matter what. At the end of the day, somebody will always have something to say. So you should definitely never let that discourage you from starting your YouTube channel. When I started my YouTube channel, nobody knew. I was very young at the time and not a lot of people were doing it. So it was a little new to me. When I decided to come back on YouTube, I already had so much support that it was a little bit easier for me to come. once you post that first video, you're gonna see the reaction that you get from people, and you're gonna see how much you're truly gonna be changing people's lives. And that's gonna be worth so much more than any negative comments that you might get. Anytime that I do any of my seminars, that's like a big question that I get, because a lot of the girls that do follow me on here, they want to pursue a YouTube channel and they want to do something. I always highly encourage it, because I've been able to take that risk and do what I love, and honestly, I wouldn't change my life for anything. I feel like this has been the biggest blessing of my life. I do what I want. I wake up in the morning and I love what I do, and I'm able to inspire people every single day. And when I hear things like this, how she just simply told me, like, you've inspired me to even start my channel, like that means 100,000 million types of weight, you know, like that makes me feel so good, and it makes me feel like, okay, like I'm actually on here and I'm making a difference, you know. So I would highly encourage Alexi, like, if you want to share your story, let the world know. I will be here, your #1 supporter as well. Like, hit me up. I will let everybody know your YouTube channel is popping already, and go for it. Like, I am 100% for any of you guys who want to start up your YouTube channel. So this is from Josie Ramos. How do you get over caring about what other people think or have to say about you? By the way, I love you and support you. So that goes back to the last question. It used to be really hard for me at first to get over the negativity, and still to this day, I read a negative comment and I really take it personal. I'm like, oh, you know, like, why did that person say something? Like, is that really what they feel? Like, am I really making them think that or whatever? And it took me a really long time to get to the place where I'm at now, and I feel like you have to just be very comfortable in the type of person that you are and the circle that you have around you. I know that somebody's gonna think something, but as long as I know that the people around me and my support system, my family, my friends, the people who truly care about me don't think that about me, or don't, you know, they support everything I do, that's all that matters. Because at the end of the day, you know, I appreciate all of your guys' sweet words. I do take a lot of the negativity, you know, that's criticism personal, and I do try to better myself to make sure that things are a little bit different. But like you guys know, I'm not about the chisme, I'm not about the drama, I'm not about any of that stuff. Like, on here, I like to promote as much positivity as possible. We already have so much negativity in this world that we don't need anymore, especially on YouTube channels, especially with girls on Instagram, makeup artists. You guys see it everywhere, you know. People love the drama, people love the hate, people love the, oh my god, like, yes, keep talking about me. Like, I'm not like that. I'm like, honestly, I feel like the less you talk about me, like, cool, you know. Like, I'm just sitting here trying to do what I love, show you guys some good stuff, and that's it, you know. Call me boring, call me whatever you want to make it seem, because at first I used to think like, okay, well, these people probably think I'm so like dull, like I'm just boring, there's nothing spontaneous in my life, you know. And it's like, this is my life, this is what it is, this is me every day, my husband, my family, my life, my sisters, my siblings, everybody, you know. I share with you guys the world. And if you guys want drama, like, you guys can find that on other people's channels. You guys are not going to find that on my channel. And whenever people promote negativity, like negative comments, whether it's like the smallest thing, like, oh, your husband looks so annoyed, like, that might just be you saying it, but that's gonna attract a whole conversation of people now talking about how my husband doesn't care about me, how my husband looks so annoyed, how something must be wrong with my relationship. So yes, I'm gonna delete that comment and I'm gonna pretend like it was never there, because I'm not going to start a chain reaction, you know what I mean? So that's kind of how I handle things. I just delete them, I don't let them bother me. Like, I'll take it in for a couple of seconds and I'm like, okay, you're clearly unhappy with whatever you got going on, and you're trying to find something wrong with my life. Let it go and keep it moving. You know, I used to pay a lot of attention to the negativity, a lot, even though I still talk about it, and I'm like, it's just because I'm really trying to just give you guys a perspective of what it's like to be on this side of the screen, you know. And that's the only reason I even bring stuff up. But I try to limit the drama that's in my life as much as possible by just staying true to myself and keeping the people around me really close to my heart, and constantly reminding them and them reminding me how much they care and how much of an impact I've done. So yeah, that's kind of how I just deal with it on my end. Next question is from Gonzalez05. Can you please make a YouTube video on how you conceived? I'm struggling to conceive and I need some faith. So as far as like all of that, like, you know, whenever I found out that I was pregnant, I'm that type of person, and just in general, that I see people struggle, and I really don't take anything that happens in my life for granted, you know. And even though my baby was not planned and it just kind of happened for me, I would never be like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. Or, you know, I take everything that happens into my life as a blessing or as a lesson or whatever, you know. Like, I just try to always see the positivity in everything. And it was time for me to be pregnant. And I see about situations like this where people tell me it's so hard for them to, you know, get pregnant and conceive. And it bothers me when I see like women who are over there like smoking cigarettes or, you know, drinking, doing drugs, like freaking crystal meth, I don't know, like just crazy stuff. And I'm just like, you know how many women wish they could take your place right now and have that baby inside of them, and you're being so unappreciative of this child that you've just been blessed with? Like, I think about that, you know. And that's why with me, I try to be as careful as possible and try to take care of myself as much as I can, because I'm like, this is such a beautiful gift, you know. And like, I hear so many stories, and there's women around me in my life that have been struggling to, you know, get pregnant, and I see how much of a struggle it is. And as far as like how I conceived, honestly, I've always had a very regular period. I didn't really think that I was gonna have much of a problem because I've always been very on track of, you know, when I ovulate. I've never had a problem. I feel like if you're very young and you're already starting off with a very inconsistent period, you should definitely get that checked out as soon as you find out that it's inconsistent, because I do think in the future later on you might struggle a little bit to get pregnant. I feel like the younger you start to maybe even be on birth control, I mean, I'm not saying like at 12 years old, you know, I'm saying, you know, when you already start seeing that it's not consistent, getting on birth control doesn't mean you're going to go and have sex. Like, it means you're going to regulate your period and regulate your ovulation, so it might help later on in the future. Us being Latinos and coming from very traditional backgrounds, you know, our parents don't recommend for us to be on birth control because they say it gets harder for you to get pregnant. And I do think that sometimes if you do too much birth control or anything like that, it might be a little bit difficult. And I'm not no doctor here, like I'm not trying to sit here and tell you guys how to have a baby, because I still myself am learning everything that's going on with my life right now. But I do think that based on what I've seen with women, sorry, my back hurts, seeing what I have seen with a lot of women in my circle, the doctors recommend that they should have started, you know, birth control very young, and it could have regulated a period and something a little bit easier for them to do. So if you are having trouble, you know, I would definitely talk to someone about it, because, you know, it might be just a simple regulate your period, and that might help. Hopefully it's not anything worse where you really can't have children, because that, I couldn't even imagine being in that situation. But for me, I've always had a very consistent period. Hopefully I didn't like ramble off too much and that kind of made sense. But next question is,
do you plan on doing any makeup seminars in North Carolina?
Makeup seminars. So like you guys know, I had already cut the seminars, not because I don't love them. I just did 2 beautiful long years of them, and I feel like I've done my fair share of, you know, cities and states. And even though I hit a lot of repetitive places, I did go to a lot of places that people don't normally go, so I feel a little bit more accomplished on that aspect of it. I don't think that I will ever do them again unless it was like, you know, me collabing with something like a company, or like recently I got reached out to do a class in Tracy for Macy's for MAC Cosmetics. So if it was something like that, I would definitely teach like a smaller class. But as far as me touring again, I probably won't be doing makeup anymore. I have other plans. Like you guys know, I'm coming out with my book. If you guys don't follow my vlogs, I am coming out with a book. So my goal is to just basically do the whole book tour. I'm going to be doing book signings all throughout the US once my book does come out. And I'm also going to be working on a little project that's a little bit more inspirational as far as me talking about my book, my experience, and basically where I got to where I am. My book gets very detailed about my life, and I do want to be able to go in a little bit more in depth about every situation that happened, and there's no better way than to do that one-on-one. So there is going to be seminars in the future, just a little bit differently from this day forward. So next question is, who is my celebrity crush? That's a fun question. Sorry, my eyelash is like bothering me. It's like tickling the corner of my eye. So who is my celebrity crush? So I have 3 eye candies that I would have them make me a baby. Make sure Lisa isn't listening to me. My 3 celebrity crushes are William Levy, Adam Levine, and David Beckham. Those are like my 3 men. Specifically in that order. I feel like William Levy, he's a little bit older now, so his features don't look so like cute and tender anymore like they used to, but he's more of a man now. Adam Levine is just sexy overall. Like, I would have Adam Levine make me like fucking 5 babies if I could, you know? But yes, he is, all 3 of them are my celebrity crushes. Maybe I should just name my son Adam. What is your favorite Rebelde character? Love you so much. Congrats on your baby. You're gonna be an amazing mother. Oh, thank you, Adeli. So my favorite Rebelde character, like you guys know, I do love Rebelde. I feel like now people talk about it, so it makes me remember when I like was the huge, like such a huge fan back then. My favorite was Roberta, just because she was a little badass. Like, I used to always be like, I'm like Roberta, I'm a little rock and roll, I'm gonna be like fun. Mia Colucci used to piss me off because she was so prissy, but now I can relate to Mia Colucci. I'm like, ¿sabes qué difícil es ser yo? Like, every time I think of that line, I'm like, o sea. But I definitely get into my moods when I think about whenever I think about Rebelde. This question is more about Ulises. How has he been dealing with the whole pregnancy itself? He's actually been really good. I feel like me, because I've just been so nauseous and feeling so like crap that I don't really want anybody around me. So that definitely makes me like, it makes me feel like, oh my God, don't touch me, don't kiss me, don't hug me, don't love me, like just let me be. I'm in that funk right now. I heard it gets better on your 2nd trimester, so I hope it gets better, because that's been kind of tough, because I know that he's just trying to make sure that I'm okay, and he's just a caring person in general. Like, he's always like, do you need something? Are you okay? Every morning he's like, how do you feel this morning? Texting me like throughout the day, are you feeling okay? He's definitely handling things a lot better than I expected. Not that I thought that he was not. I just think that he's excited, and he's very excited. I send him pictures sometimes of like babies, and I'm like, oh my God, I wonder what our baby's gonna look like, you know? And he gets super excited. So it's been an amazing journey. Like, this whole pregnancy has just been great. I consider myself, you know, very blessed that I have a good man that really genuinely is there for me and is making it, you know, as easy as it can get, you know, for me. Like, I don't struggle for doing anything. If I need something, he's there. If I'm hungry, like, he's there. Like, he's okay. So most of the questions were definitely about my pregnancy and how I've been feeling. I just did want to come on here and do my Q&A and just kind of let you guys know what I've been doing, what I've been up to. If you guys don't follow my vlogs, definitely go to my vlog channel and follow that. You guys will see everything that I've been doing as far as my journey, how I've been feeling, what I've been going through. But I hopefully answered most of your guys' questions of kind of where I've been, what I've been doing. If you guys have any other questions, definitely put them in the description box below. I mean, in the comments below, and I will try to go on there and answer them myself. But just wanted to do a quick little update for you guys. Here I am, I'm alive. I'm gonna be posting for you guys here on this channel at least once a week. So I'm gonna be doing the next couple of videos are going to be more beauty related, like my top favorite nude lipsticks. I get a lot of questions on my nude lipsticks because that's all pretty much I wear. So I'm gonna do a whole video talking about my favorite nude lipsticks. I'm also gonna do the what's in my iPhone video and how I edit my pictures on Instagram, all that good stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed this quick little Q&A video, and if you guys have any other questions, definitely let me know, and I will see you guys in my next video. Love you guys. Yeah, my baby know that I deliver. That's exactly